Hi, I'm Lunarcraft, your host, and welcome Sagittarius. This is the relaunch of the AstroTarot, new format for a new month. Okay, so let's kick it off. And I told you it's a new format, so I'm starting straight off with tarot cards, and as I normally do, I'm choosing 3 cards, and what I'm going to do, if everything works out, I will be drawing in the astrological information alongside the cards. So just to get things moving, the cards that have been pulled for you, 2 of the 3 are major arcana cards, so it's going to be an active week for you, one where you will actually feel rather comfortable, because you will have the opportunity to speak your truth, right? Not necessarily speaking your mind, but speaking your truth as you see it. And alongside of that, you will be balancing different aspects of your knowledge and how it all fits in with your life and lifestyle. That's all carried by the Justice card. And you believe very much in fairness, in people being treated fairly and equally, and that is shown also by this card. The sword is there. That's communication. It's all about, as I said, speaking your truth. And in so doing, you are going to encourage people to follow you, to pick up on your thoughts, your thinking, your way of looking at situations. It's a really, really powerful card. And then in the center, you've got the Ace of Cups, which is all about abundance and love, and it coming in such quantities that quite literally your cup runneth over. It ties in very neatly with the Justice card, because it is about fairness and equality and ensuring that everyone gets a share of whatever is on offer. Now, if you are already in an established relationship, you'll find that communication between you and your partner flows. No problems whatsoever. If you are single, this next week could be really interesting, because you will have the opportunity to meet someone who seems to you to be rather special, and it will be down to the 2 of you holding a conversation, getting to know each other, and sharing your ideas and ideals. So, interesting time indeed. And your final card. People shudder when I say death, but it doesn't mean a physical death. More often than not, it's a card of huge, magnificent opportunities. The opportunity to continue your growth and your development. And that, I know, appeals really well, really strongly for you, Sagittarius. So, what does death actually mean? Think of a gardener, probably during the fall, autumn, cutting away all the dead wood so that the plants have got room to grow and develop in the next growing season. And it's just like that for you. It's taking a long, deep look, being honest with yourself, and getting rid of all those habits that you know you should have broken long ago, and thought patterns, belief systems. As you grow, as you develop, you evolve. Your thoughts and ways of behaving evolve, and that's what you need to capture. You need to move into, clearing out the stuff that no longer serves you, so that there is space for you to pick up new knowledge, new beliefs, and assimilate those within your day-to-day living. So, interesting week indeed, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it there and wish you a wonderful week, and to say that I will be back next week with another offering. Subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications when new events happen. But for now, I'm going to say bye-bye and brightest blessings. Hi, welcome to the relaunch of the AstroTarot readings. I'm Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth, and I'll be your host for these readings. And you will see that I'm shuffling my tarot cards already. Let me start. It's a new format, just in time for the beginning of the new month. And I am focusing in on you, Capricorn. Now, you have got such a strong and busy week. I hope I can fit it in the time we've got available. But if I keep waffling, we won't get there. So let me just turn the cards over. Right. Wow. Dramatic. Did warn you. Right. Starting off, the Nine of Swords. The Nightmare card. I'm not saying you will have sleepless nights, but you will feel things weighing down on you and causing you not distress, and a bit of anxiety. It will pass. That much I do know. So don't let it drag you down. You should be able to keep it at bay because you know that it's coming. Now, your middle card. As I turned it over, I was thinking, oh no, but it actually fits really well. You've got the Tower. Now, a lot of people panic when the Tower comes out because it can often indicate that there are huge disruptions coming your way. And that in itself is accurate because everyone is going through a period of transformation. It's being brought about by Pluto being in a retrograde orbit. It appears to be going backwards. And where's it taking place? In your zodiac house area. So it gives a very, what can I say, rigorous way of bringing about change in our lives. But because it's in your zodiac sign, you are going to feel it the most. You are going to get the full strength of these transformations. Coupled with the fact that you are one of the 4 cardinal signs, you again feel retrograde Pluto most keenly because you're being asked to move forward with your interpersonal skills, or interpersonal relationships, which brings into focus your ability to relate to other people. It comes down to communication, but it's also to do with feelings and emotions, and that is shown by your 3rd and final card, which is the King of Cups. Now, cups are all to do with emotions and feelings and home and family. And, certainly those things are going to be very important to you. They will be under the influence of Uranus, another planet of change, not as ferocious as Pluto, but still, a force to be reckoned with. And it's quite possible that you will be subjected to rapid mood swings, impulsive reactions, but what's underpinning it is your need for additional stimulation, excitement in your life. And you may find that if people say to you, you can't do that, you bloody, 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 blah, you are likely to rebel against them because this is something that you feel very strongly about. You will probably find that you are very easily distracted, especially if anything new comes along. You'll want to pursue it just to see what it's like. You could well find yourself going out of your way to look for new adventures. Be sure to share your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams. That is especially true when thinking about your nearest and dearest, because by keeping them informed of what you are doing, what you're hoping to achieve, they will be more able to offer you practical support. I'm going to leave it there for this week. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I will be back next week, and I sincerely hope you will be able to join me as well. But for now, I wish you an absolutely fabulous week, and I send you brightest blessings and say bye-bye. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the relaunch of the AstroTarot readings. I'm your host, Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth, and as I said, it is a relaunch with a new format, which I hope you will enjoy watching and listening to. What it means is that I'm going to kick off straight away with the tarot cards, and I will build in the planetary influences for the coming week. So let's kick straight off. 3 tarot cards have gone down, and now I need to just reveal them. Not bad. Okay, the first card to come out is the 2 of Swords, which could, well, probably does indicate that you will find yourself in a position of making a decision, and most likely that decision will be between 2 options, both of which are beneficial, but you can only choose one. Okay, so don't fret over it. It will unfold as the week progresses, and I see you reacting to the sextile that is formed between the Moon and Jupiter, and that will leave you feeling as if you want to be with and be around people. You're going to be in a very cheerful state of mind. No two ways around that. It's also likely that new opportunities could well be opening up for you. So just be aware that that probability is there, and be prepared to take a few calculated risks and arrive at the point that you want to move into. This is where your decision will be coming in from. Now, your second card, the one in the middle, is the Queen of Cups, and that's all to do with emotions, feelings, home, family, and again, it could well be directed by the Moon and Uranus forming a sextile angle, and it will lead you into exciting events, things that will really supercharge your feelings and leave you feeling that you have made a difference, probably to do with social equality, which is one of your loves, one of the things that you work towards. And you will find probably that you wish to take up these new opportunities that will be presented to you. And in order to do so, you may well have to make changes to your normal routine, your day-to-day practices, just to free up enough time for you to go and do what it is you want to do. And finally, you've got the Four of Pentacles. And I always used to call this the miser card. But that was unfair. He is not miserly. He is cautious. He's canny. He's clever with money. He makes sure that his money is safe and that his money grows. Now, especially at the moment, if you are based in the UK, especially, then you are facing some really tough decisions. Do you have your heating on? Do you keep it turned off in order to save money? What is being faced by the UK, but also many other countries across the world, is that transformation of how we relate to money. Not to be greedy, but just to make sure that we can survive. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. And recently, Pluto has been in a retrograde orbit. But at the end of this week, he returns to forward orbit. And every single one of us is going to be affected by those energies. And you're not going to feel it as hard as some other signs because you are a fixed sign. But it will still be affecting you and making you want to bring into the open your innermost feelings and emotions. But alongside that, you will find that you have the strength and the ability to express yourself calmly. Although you're talking about emotions, it will not be an emotional period. So, quite a good end to the week, I believe. But I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll be back next week, and I truly hope you will be able to join me. But for now, I will say, have a wonderful week, brightest blessings, and bye-bye. Hi, and welcome. Welcome to the relaunch of the AstroTarot. I'm your host, Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth, and I'm going to be working through the influences that will be taking place for you this week, Pisces, along with your tarot cards. Now, let me go straight to the tarot cards and select 3, which I will reveal and work through and incorporate the planetary influences as well. Oh, I hope it will work. Okay, so just turning these cards over. Oh, I'm not sure about that one. We'll come to that. Don't worry. However, we are starting off with the 3 of Pentacles. Now that is all about being diligent in your work, taking care to do the best you possibly can. Almost verging on perfectionism, but perfectionism can slow you down. So do as good a job as you possibly can. Now, this week, fairly near the beginning, you will be under the influence of the moon in a sextile formation with Jupiter, which means that you will want to be with and around people. Now, putting that into a work context, I feel that the job you do, you absolutely love. So it is quite possible that you will be more than happy to have a bit of a laugh and a joke within reason whilst at work, and that could well satisfy that longing to be with people. Now, one thing about your work, at times you do need to be right on the button. And I can see you, if not already, then very soon, handing over a lot of your skills and knowledge to the younger generation. So that again could satisfy that longing to be with people. And then by the end of the week, I can really see you sitting back and thinking to yourself, yay, I've made it through the week and it's been a good one. It really has been worthwhile. Now, a lot of that could be because the moon actually moves into Pisces this week. And that will cause you to drift off, perhaps more often than usual, into a dreamlike state. Now, I'm not criticising that at all, because it's that state that enables you to generate your hopes, your dreams, your plans for the future. So don't feel guilty. Well, you won't anyway, but just remember that you do also need to keep your focus on the job that you are doing. All right? Because you don't want to make any silly mistakes. But your emotions and sensitivities will be very near the surface, so just beware of that. And your final card is the 5 of Pentacles. Now, a bit iffy about that one. All right, I'm being honest. But it isn't necessarily a sign that you are going to be pushed out and left to fend for yourself. Not at all. But I do feel that you will be looking for love and affection, irrespective of what comes from it. It's almost as if you are trying to offset the fear of being alone. That comes from Venus and the Moon being opposite one another. It's not disastrous. It really isn't. And you will find ways that satisfy your needs for that love and affection. Beware that you don't fall into obsessions or addictions. But if you are aware of that tendency, then you will be taking steps to protect yourself from it. But overall, you are going to have a pretty good week. And just something I want to mention is that Pluto has been in a retrograde orbit for a little while now, but it ends at the end of this week. And it's going to affect every single star sign. But rest assured that because you are a mutable, a changeable sign, you will not experience this. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and you will find changes happening, but they won't be unpleasant, difficult, they're not chaotic for you. So, all in all, as I said, a pretty good week. I'll be back next week, and I really do hope you will be able to join me. But for now, brightest blessings, and bye-bye.